Hello y'all. This is Autumn of Nations, the world of 1848. A Hearts of Iron 4 mod set in a world where the revolutions of 1848 were successful. In this video, we are going to play as the country known as the Council Republics of Russia. Here is the brief history of the Council Republics of Russia. The old Tsar and the Russian Empire were burned down in 1902 when our comrades finally stood up and charged into a free future. But the once thought easy war wasn't so. Russia fractured instead of changed. Many allies and territories broke away. Today, the Council Republics of Russia are the most powerful of these successor nations, but still nothing in comparison to the former juggernaut. Yet it seems the time has come for at least one Russia to unify the rest. We have begun, and looking at our country overview, we have four national spirits, and they are the frozen Russian War Army after years of war, 20th century Donovium, and once part of the Red Army. The ruling ideology of the Council Republics of Russia is communism, and its leader is Yakov Svyrdov, who in real life, well, historically, he was a Bolshevik politician who is sometimes seen as the first head of state of the Soviet Union. He aimed to consolidate the Bolshevik regime's control and was a supporter of the Red Terror campaign and de-Cossacization policies. And he is also sometimes considered a major player in the execution of the Romanov family, which occurred in the real life Russian Civil War. And so Russia is heavily divided in this timeline. In 1936, we have this once part of the Red Army national spirit. Many countries in the former Russian Empire have similar national spirits. So like here we have the Green Army and the Legion of the Damned, who was led by Lev Kornilov. It was once part of the Green Army, once part of the Red Army, the Marxist Republic of Great Perm was. So evidently it was a very big deal. The Red Army and the Green Army were a big deal in this timeline. There doesn't seem to have been a white army. And research slots available. What can we do here? Let's do electronic, mechanical engineering, just some opening stuff to do right off the bat. And basic machine tools, also get construction 1, and there we go. And I think the Council Republics of Russia's flag, it reminds me a lot of our timeline's Vietnam, the Vietnamese flag. And yeah, so looking at our national focuses now, let's do a new 5-year plan. We only have one really, well actually let's do this. Yeah, let's do finally end this war. Get that done. We have a pretty, I would say relatively decent sized focus tree, and I think all the focuses here are 35 days each. And the next focus we will do will lead us to fighting the government of White Russia. Where's the government of White Russia? Where are they at? Okay, they're in, I think, Belarus. Well, what you would consider Belarus, the governor of White Russia. And let's go ahead and move all of our troops over there. We have 16 divisions in all in our army. We also have a navy. We have military access with the Union of Britain for some reason, who is communist, and they're part of the Triple Alliance. The Triple Alliance faction has the Cooperative of Belgium, as well as the People's Confederation of Canada. But yes, we do have a navy, but they're all in the British Isles for some reason. But let's move our army over to the government of White Russia's borders. Do we have a field marshal? I don't know. Yes, we do. Move them on over and set up there and get ready to advance. Get that done. Free civilian factories. I guess we don't have that many, so let's just build a civilian factories in Saratov. That'd be good. No divisions in basic training. Let's get a few infantry divisions. We could get Red Guards, and they are a lot bigger template than the rifle divisions are, so we're not going to get any Red Guards right now just because of supplies. Military factories. Get weapons made. Do we have an Air Force? We do. We do need some production of fighters and tactical bombers. And let's put at least one factory on bombers and one factory on interwar bombers. Go to logistics. I think we just need... Oh, yeah, we need to build some trains as well. That would be a good idea. What else does our army use? These templates here. They use... what? Artillery. Yeah, artillery and firearms for now. I just want to make sure I'm manufacturing all the stuff we need to fight our wars. And that's done now. We have insufficient resources, but it's whatever. And let's look around the world, because it's always interesting to see what the world looks like in these alternate history scenarios. Obviously, Russia is divided. You have the Ural Authority over here in Siberia, the Mystic States, the Mystic State led by Rasputin, Republic of the Land of the Turks, the Trans-Siberian Railway, the Eastern Provinces Railway of China, Great Mongolian State, and there's a big Japan. India is heavily divided, and there's Australia, they're there. Here is the Dutch East Indies. France is in North Borneo. I think the British don't have very many colonies in Asia as they would in our timelines. In our world's 1936, there is Siam Malay, so Malaysia is, I guess, unified with Siam. And there is the Hook community of the Philippines. They aren't a subject of the United States. There's Yemen, Oman, the second Saudi state in the Arabian Peninsula, the independent Vilayet of Arabia. The Ottoman Empire is pretty powerful. It looks like they have several puppets, several subjects, I mean. We just finished finally in this war, so let's attack the government of White Russia. After that, we'll go ahead and do, let's just do a new 5-year plan, get that done, because we can't do the next focus. We can't do the next focus we want to do without being in peacetime. And there's the Republic of Greece, but yeah, the Ottoman Empire is pretty large in this timeline. I mean, they're still around at the very least in 1936. Germany is somewhat unified, and Italy is not unified at all. You have the Republic of San Marco, the Roman Republic, the Kingdom of Two Sicilies, the Kingdom of Piedmont, the Republic of Milan, who has a very interesting flag. Then there is the Spanish Republic, the Kingdom of Portugal, and then Africa is very different. Well, I mean, you have Chad, Mali, Mali, the West African Confederation, which surrounds Liberia, Dahomey, and who else? Netherlands is down here. Frankfurt Republic is in what would be, I think, yeah, they're in Nigeria. There's independent Cameroon. I think they're independent. Yes, they are. Attack the government of White Russia is done. Let's strike now. March on the government of White Russia. And so the Council Republic of Russia's army is going to advance. We're facing one enemy division, I believe. And let's do a new 5-year plan now. Let's also get all of our Air Force into the airspace above Belarus and try to dominate the skies there. So get all these planes moved over and make sure these tactical bombers, these interwar bombers are doing close air support missions. So get them moved on over, get that done. There we go. And that will be set up. This should be an easy war for us, I think. And looking around at Africa, again, one thing that really sticks out is Icelandic Congo. I never thought I would see an Icelandic Congo in a Hearts-Byron format, but here we are. And there is the exiled Kingdom of Denmark, who I guess is stuck in Iceland and Greenland, because Denmark is they're not part of a faction, but they are in a non-aggression pact with what looks like the German faction of the Kiel Accords, which is led by the Frankfurt Republic. And France is invading Ethiopia in 1936, which is led by an empress instead of Haile Selassie. And it's a very different experience watching France invade Ethiopia in 1936 instead of Italy. And it looks like oh good, wow, they had more divisions than I thought they did, whatever. Just flank them. Yeah, government of White Russia did have more troops than I thought they did. I did not look at intel at all, so that was a little bit of a mistake. They have 4 to 12 divisions. We should outnumber them. And we will have to use our numbers advantage here, break through more, just smash through. Have this plan be as aggressive as possible. A new 5-year plan is done. Now let's do, what can we do? Do modernize agriculture. That will take 35 days. And move on Minsk, please. Just move around their army and stretch them out. Get that done. And we're moving units forward now. Break off these units in Smolensk, please. Disconnect them from every one of their allies, from their comrades. Minsk has fallen. That is done. Research slot available. Let's start doing mechanical computing for higher research speed. Minsk has fallen. Where's the capital now? Is it here? Oh, it's Smolensk. So, yeah, that's what the capital is since we took Minsk. And we are taking a lot of the western part of the White Russian government at this time. And how is Poland doing? They're not part of a faction, but they have military access. The French have military access to Poland, who is non-aligned. And then there is the Baltic Republic above Poland, and let's annex all the government of White Russia, get that done. Take all states, done. And now we have to get ready for our next war, which will be against, I don't know, go west or go east. I think it might be more beneficial to go west, maybe. Who do we fight here? The Green Army of Russia. How many units do they have at this time? 7 to 14. I think it might be a good idea to fight the countries in the west before we fight the countries in the east, because honestly, the eastern countries don't have as large of a population, I would think. Like, maybe that would make sense to try and fight here. Yeah, I think it might be better if we just fight in the west first and win there. Let's liberate the workers of White Russia now. Every state that belonged to the government of White Russia will now be a core. And when we start fighting the Green Army of Russia, we're just going to let have our planes fly in central Russia. We're just going to let the enemy take over our territory we got from the government of White Russia just as a distraction. How are we doing with divisions being deployed? Just go ahead and deploy these troops now. Send them out here, please. Get more troops up on the line. Also, let's get a singular cavalry division being made at all time to 5 infantry divisions, a 5-to-1 ratio there. And let's do concentrated industry 1, get that done. Modify officer corps. Let's get a chief of the army, Vasily Blucher. He's going to get army offense. That will boost. He specializes in army offense, so our division attack will be higher from this point onward. And I'm really hoping the Green Army of Russia will take our distraction and just fall for our distraction and just go over to the territory we got in the west. And let's now do the focus. Go west. We're going to get corps on every state belonging to the Marxist Republic of Great Perm, the Legion of the Damned, the Green Army of Russia, as well as Kronstadt. That's going to be done, and that will be great, because corps are always useful in Hearts of Iron 4, because you need manpower in factories constantly. Missing equipment production. We need support equipment now. Start manufacturing that when we have the chance. Not too big of a concern at this time. When's the next division going to be ready? Get this one out here then. There we are. That brings us to 18 divisions in the Council Republics of Russia's army at this point. Research slot available. Do excavation. Excavation 1 for higher resource gain efficiency. And how much resources do we have? I mean, it would help. We have tons of steel. We'll gradually get more resources as we unite Russia anyway. So I think having a higher resource gain efficiency would be useful to us. And we still got to do... Okay. I don't know how we're going to fight Moscow. I guess we'll just have to do something else that doesn't involve fighting them? Not entirely sure. That will be something we have to worry about. Maybe we might do something with it once we get down to the bottom of the focus tree there. And let's destroy the green threat. The Federal Democratic... Ethiopia was puppeted by France. And yeah, so they're now in the Pact of Ajak, wherever that place is. And yeah, that's the faction of the Democratic Second French Republic. And modified government here. Let's go with the Captain of Industry for higher civilian factory construction speed. And an interesting thing about this mod is that there doesn't seem to be a major power that is really fascist or non-aligned. You have the Second French Republic, they're democratic, so is the Frankfurt Republic, and then you have the Union of Britain and the Council Republics of Russia, who, those are the only 4 countries in this mod at this time who have focus trees, I think, but you have 2 communist countries and two democratic countries right there, which is interesting. So there is some non-aligned countries, I think, but I don't know. I think Japan is fascist, Yeah, they're fascist in this world, but they don't have a focus tree, so we can't really expect them to go too crazy on everything. And let's fight Mikhail Drodovsky and the Green Army of Russia now. Let's hope they fall for our plan in the west and go for Minsk. And let's do government reform, do that focus now. Moving all of our troops, we're moving as rapidly forward as possible, get some lend-lease from the Norse Workers' State. And the Norse Workers' State, it's essentially Norway. And what is Sweden like? They are the constitutional kingdom of Sweden. Okay, so at least we're getting some lend-lease. Moving in on the Green Army of Russia now. Just go for their capital, beeline for their capital in Kalinin here. Just go forward with the cav, get it captured, also encircle these guys here, prevent them from escaping at all. And one division was totally annihilated. And it looks like the Green Army is falling for our bait. Take Ivanov, Yaroslavo, or yeah, they have 3 divisions down there at least, and that's a pretty relatively decent-sized chunk of their military, basically advancing into a place we have no intention of holding in the first place. And they cannot replace those numbers they're using down there. They're going to have to move them back or just accept they're not going to hold out. Take this area here. We're going to take Novgorod now. And we got to get more into the western part of the Green Army of Russia's territory. The Norse Workers' State canceled their lend-lease with us after like 1 month, I think. Here's another infantry division for our army. Good. Government reform is done. Now let's do maybe prepare to infiltrate Moscow. That would be good. And yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I mean, I don't know, not yet. Let's do army reform. And the army is in a sorry state of being. Many units may only exist on paper, while others may exist but aren't supplied nor reinforced. To finally reunify our country, we must change our current army, and we'll get an event after we do that focus. Modify Officer Corps, Spirit of the Academy, Bold Attack. I think that would be good since we're focused so much on unification. Take this place over here. Okay, Green Army of Russia has fallen. Take all states like before. That is done now, so we have defeated 2 other Russia successor states, well, Russian Empire successor states. In the next country we will fight now is the Legion of the Damned. And the focus description here says the Army of the Damned decides a certain pinch of compassion. Being beaten in months of frozen trenches by the Japanese and having to march thousands of miles across the frozen tundra of Russia, for them to only stop once they reached Arkhangelsk, only then being able to mourn all the comrades lost on the march. This war will be a war of compassion. I mean, the focus makes it sound like we're fighting the Legion of the Damned to end their suffering. I mean, it seems like they were fighting a war to help them, apparently. That's just how the phrasing of that focus seemed to me, but whatever. They were part of the Green Army at one point, according to their national focus. They fought the Japanese and marched all the way through Siberia, I assume, beaten and battered, and now are just hanging out here in northern, well, what would have been the northwestern part of Russia, or the Russian Empire. Modify Officer Corps, Military High Command. Let's get a infantry expert, Nikolai Fatutin. Get him. And how many divisions does the Legion of the Damned even field? 10 to 27. Wow, that's not too bad. It's quite good. And let's deploy some more troops. Or no, we can't do that just yet. Do we have corps here? I thought we did. We had... What did we get out of that focus again? We got claims. We did not get corps. We got claims. Yeah, we may have to deal with that soon. I don't know. We gotta do something about that. Can we deploy any more divisions? I don't know. Let's just wait to deploy any more troops. Army reform will be done soon. Good. After that, we'll do End the Suffering to start our war with the Legion of the Damned. Reform the frozen army. The time has come to ask ourselves, is the current state of the army acceptable? We could basically restart the whole military from the ground up, or we could accept what we have and reform it to be as best as possible. And what can we do here? Reform the army. Remove the frozen, build it from the ground up will cause us to lose that entire frozen Russian war army national spirit, but we'll gain political power if we just reform the army. Let's just build it from the ground up and lose some political power. We'll be fine. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Build from the ground up. And that gets rid of that national spirit altogether at the price of some political power. But let's do this now, End the Suffering, and take on Lavur Kornilov and his legion. So they have around, what, 6 to 20 troops, we should outnumber 6 to 20 divisions, we should outnumber them. I would think so anyway. We need to go ahead and maybe deploy some of our units, so get that done. Also, let's prioritize reinforcements for manpower. Prioritize where manpower goes. And let's send these units up to the line here. Concentrated Industry 1 is done. Mechanical Computing is done. And let's now do Support Weapons 1, as well as Interwar Artillery, because we need some military research, military tech upgrades to at least help us out with our wars as we expand. And I'm really thinking the Legion does not have 20 divisions. They maybe have around 15. I don't know. There's not a lot of troops here. At minimum, they'll have 6. I expect them to have around, say, 12 to 13. Because I think that's a pretty middle average, considering the intel told us they had 6 to 20 divisions. And End of Suffering is nearly done, just 6 days. Let's modify our... Actually, no, get a military high command here, or no, never mind. Let's get a political advisor, fortification, armchair general. I did not know there was a guy with a trait like that in our political advisor options. Whatever. Let's do First Congress for military affairs. We're not going to do the next expansionist focus because we've got to focus on winning this war. So let's begin our push and move in on the Legion of the Damned, who is going to be dealing with the flood of Council Republics of Russia's divisions surging across their border. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do a very good job of containing our advance. Just try to flank them where we can. Go for Arkhangelsk. Get that captured, please. That is their capital. First Congress of the Military Affairs will give us a national spirit called Unified Uniforms. It would also give us a research slot and an event called the Results of the First Congress for Military Affairs. And the Second French Republic has declared war on Siam Malay. And that's Thailand and Malaysia versus the French. I don't know if the French have a really good presence in Indochina. Well, yeah, I don't know how they'll fare there. We can just watch, though. They do have pretty large amount of colonies, I would say, in Asia, but I don't know how well they will do in that fight. Unfortunately for Siam Malay, even if they drive the French out of their part of Asia and Indochina and Cambodia and China here, they will still be at war with them. And how are we doing with our war? We are winning. The results of the First Congress for Military Affairs is done. The brightest minds of our nation's military have categorized and structured our outlook. As the uniform problem was solved, the doctrine problem was the last to be solved. There are 2 general thoughts being discussed: overwhelm the enemy with firepower or with bodies. Artillery has shown its uses basically since its invention, but still have mass amounts of soldiers on the battlefield. So, mass assault doctrine versus superior firepower doctrine. What should we do? Oh wow, 99% cost reduction for army doctrine here. Let's do mass assault. That's usually what's associated with Russia and Heartsbarn for anyway. One day I will do something. Eventually one day in a playthrough I'll do something relating to superior firepower as Russia. It's just that we also don't really have the industry to make the artillery for superior firepower at this time. Let's do construction 2, doctrines available, mass assault, and that will be done in that's done, unlocked, done. 1, just cost us 1 military EXP point. Doctrines available, don't worry about that. Let's now do, in the focus tree, let's do, what here? Prioritize small arms. And Siam Malay and the French Republic, Second French Republic, signed a white peace. I'm not sure what changed. I think they may have got Laos or something. No, I'm not sure really what happened there. But yeah, that's what the Second French Republic has been up to. They've been fighting a lot of wars, really. And we're advancing more into the territory of the Legion of the Damned. They are holding ground somewhat. We've connected our front lines. Good. Can we get more divisions? No. Modify government. Let's get maybe early mobilization done. Get that started. Can we flank this 1 troop here? Flank them. Well, encircle that 1 division belonging to the enemy. and get them out of this war. Also take this port up here, this area in Marmensk, get that captured, and sooner or later we will defeat Vlad Kornilov and his troops. Take this place here, please, get that done. Just encircle these guys here, prioritize small arms, that is done. And let's do rally, fully fund the Ministry of Logistics and Railways. The Ministry of Logistics and Railways was founded shortly after the revolution to better combine the supply line, to better combine and supply the line, then still connected Red Army. With the splintering, the ministry has been pushed to the sidelines. Now their organization is needed more than ever, so this will give us a national spirit that will help with infrastructure construction, supply hub construction, supply consumption, and railway construction speed. And that will help us greatly in fighting in areas where there isn't much supply, or railways, or roads. Honestly, modify officer corps again, military high command, cavalry specialist. I mean, we have some cavalry, and that will come in handy, I would think. Let's encircle these enemy troops here, hold this area for now. Keep pushing northward, get that done. I don't know if they're going to have anyone defending their capital. I want to guess no, but we'll find out, I guess. And fully fund the Ministry of Logistics and Railways will be complete shortly. It takes only 35 days. And we have encircled this division here, or no, not yet. Take this place up here then. Encircle that division and cut them off. Yeah, the enemy is outnumbered here quite a bit. Fully fund the Ministry of Railways is done. And let's do, at this point, unwavering loyalty, which will grant us higher army leader costs, but higher division attack on core territory, and higher breakthrough. I don't really need to worry about higher cost on getting new commanders and leaders, well, new leaders for the army, because we already have plenty of generals, honestly. And here's some Lend-Lease from the Norse Workers' State. We'll see if they change their mind a month into the Lend-Lease deal. I don't think they will. I'm hoping they don't at this time. And that enemy division is trying to escape encirclement. Take them out, please. They're going to make it hard to get to their capital, aren't they? Whatever. Just keep taking this part of the country then. This entire eastern part. Get that done. Research slot available. Do improved machine tools. And also do, let's see here, radio. Get radio tech started. Radio tech research started. And we're going to destroy this encircled division right now. We're breaking through where we can. Take this place up here. Finish off this encircled division. Just keep them distracted until we can get into position. And that'll be done. We are struggling a little bit with supply, I would think. Somewhat. Just got to keep advancing, though. And take all this territory up here. They're not going to make it so easy to get to their capital, aren't they? Hold this area down, please. Circle them. Get it done. And move on Marmensk now. Capture all these places here. Doctrines available. Do pocket defense for mass assault. And we have one unit that got encircled, kind of. They got cut off. Unwavering loyalty is done. I guess now let's start go west. Go east, just so we'll have it completed. And we'll have that ready to go, just so once we're done fighting in the west, we can start going east immediately and start doing focuses for that part of the tree. Military high command is available. Do army regrouping. Division recovery rate will be higher because of that decision. Okay, can we move on to the enemy capital now? They will probably surrender once they lose their capital. The Legion will. And that will be ideal. I think they'll surrender. They don't have many more places we need to capture, honestly. They can't hold forever. I think they moved some divisions to Marmensk. A couple of them anyway, but it's no match for our horde of soldiers. And not enough manpower for garrisons. Okay, that's a little concerning. The Green Army of Russia is being a little bit of a problem right now because we don't have enough manpower to stop them. Why are you defending Marmensk so much? Move all these troops here, though. Overwhelm them. Move like a bulk of the army here. Get them over here, please. 15 divisions. Stat. Also move toward Marmensk now. They really are focusing on defending this part. I didn't know they'd still have enough victory points to hang on. Whatever, though. Go east is done. And what do we need to do to core that place? I don't know. We definitely need to go on the demand Marxist Republic of Great Perm's subjugation. We'll do that shortly once we can win here. And in our focus tree, Let's do now year 2 of 5 for the 5-year plan. Well, it's relating to the 5-year plan stuff. And from this focus, we'll get some civilian factories. The first year of our 5-year plan has been a success, so nothing stands in our way of continuing. We'll get 3 civilian factories in total from that focus, and I hope the Legion will accept defeat soon. I really do. We need to use their equipment to help fund the anti-resistance units in the what was the Green Army of Russia's territory. Take this place here. Oh, they're holding out. It's not going to matter, though. They're going to be kicked out of the city. That is done. And annex everything here. We got 214 rifles from this war. Pass, 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 pass. Take all states. Done. And that's another victory for the Council Republics of Russia. That's another victory for the Council Republics of Russia. Now let's move these troops over here to the Marxist Republic of Russia, just so they have some extra encouragement. Well, give them some encouragement when they decide to see if they want to be subjugated by the Council Republics of Russia or not. The focus, year 2 of 5, will be done in about 10 days, well, approximately 10 days. And then after that, we will immediately start demand the Marxist Republic of Great Perm's subjugation. Generalissimo Sukhov shares many aspects with our republics, even if he is certainly ruthless. We will send a diplomatic mission to Perm to negotiate an integration as the newest member republic. And we'll do that very shortly, so we gotta wait till the 20th of July. Basically, and the Norse Workers' State canceled their Lend-Lease. Let's do now improved infantry equipment 1, get that done. We really need to deal with this resistance here. It's getting out of hand. It is really getting out of hand. And research slot available, do excavation 2, year 2 of 5 is done. Let's start the process to integrate the Marxist Republic of Great Perm now. As I've said before, we're moving the entire army to the Great Perm's, well, the Marxist Republic of Great Perm's borders, to just give them that extra little bit of encouragement they need in order to cooperate with their communist, well, their ideological brothers in arms, so to speak. Political advisor available, don't worry about that. Let's get something here, or not, forget that then. And how much longer? Please get it done. We really need more cores, because we need more factories. We need more factories, essentially. And political advisor, what is this now? Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with that at this time. And how much longer here? Less than about 10 days. It's about 10 days. And let's see this. What else is next after this? We've got to fight Kronstadt. And they are what? They're communists, technically. Even though I think, due to their flag, they're more up the alley of anarchist. Assuming that by their flag, anyway. And the Constitutional Republic of Sweden declared war on the Norse Workers' State. And if they lose to Sweden, we will say goodbye to their... Oh, good, they agreed. Nice, so we get all their troops now. What is their template? I guess they use the same template. Wow, that's useful. That's convenient. And if the Norse Workers' State dies, we will lose that means of Lend-Lease. And hopefully that doesn't happen to them. We can't afford to send them any kind of volunteers, though, because we're busy with our own issues, and I'm not even sure if we can send any volunteer units anyway. Unassigned divisions, give them all the Army 2, led by Nikolai Watutin. Free military factories, make more rifles. Please make all the rifles in the world. No national focus set. Crush counter-revolutionaries. Let's do crush counter-revolutionaries. The so-called communists in Petrograd and Kronstadt are nothing more. Well, okay, basically the Council Republics of Russia thinks the officially named communists in Petrograd and Kronstadt are fascists with a huge navy. Well, they're sitting on a huge navy. They'll have to be dealt with. And the Kronstadt, I imagine it's referencing the Kronstadt Rebellion, which was crushed by the Bolsheviks. I don't think it was the USSR yet, but they crushed it sometime around the late 1910s, early 1920s. It was a thing, it just failed horribly. The Kronstadt Rebellion did. Support weapons 2, do this here, and get that done. And I'm really concerned about how we'll deal with the Moscow Republic, who has to be wondering what in the world is going on. They're being surrounded by the Council Republics of Russia on all sides. I mean, they are surrounded by the Council Republics of Russia on all sides. And how is Norway faring? They are not doing too well. They're losing the central part of their country. And that is bad for Norway. Well, the Norse workers state, but it's basically Norway. Modify Officer Corps. Spirit of the Army. Do maybe... Let's have them do bayonet strength. Nah, don't do that. Ideological loyalty. Let's do that instead. And that's some special thing we can do because we're communists, I reckon, or something like that. And here's some more divisions. Well, one new division. Let's move the entirety of Army 2 up here, please. And will that front line readjust? No. Let's just move all these divisions up here anyway. So we've got to fix our front lines next to the Kronstadt, which is, I guess it's Red Kronstadt. I'm not sure what the Rots part means. Move these units up here, though. Get that done. And have them set up to move on Petrograd when possible. Research slot available. And crush counter-revolutionaries is done. We'll start the war shortly. And let's begin now. Attack, please. Declare war. Start it. And strike hard. They have how many divisions? 4 to 18. We should overwhelm them anyway, because we have the numbers at this point. I bet we have the largest army in Russia, frankly. And let's do what focus in our tree here. Let's do prepare to infiltrate Moscow. The Republic in the heart of Russia can currently be conquered by military means without Western powers getting involved. This doesn't mean we have no other options. By thoroughly infiltrating the city, we can achieve much without risking a direct involvement. And from this, we'll get an intelligence agency as well as a national spirit, which will give us one operative slot and an agency upgrade. Well, help agency upgrade time. And I don't know, I'm not really experienced with the Hearts of Iron 4 operative system. And I will have to experience that to beat I have to deal with that in order to beat the Moscow Republic, I guess. And I don't know what to get in my tree. Oh well. We need to win here, please. Come on, advance with everything we got. We gotta select the technology to research. I gotta do something here. Let's do special forces. Get that done. Can't just have a research slot sitting around with nothing happening. And once we defeat the Kronstadt, Kronstadt will do appeal to the shared front, and that will make everything a core good because, well, everything we captured into a core state because, I mean, that would be great because we have to deal with this resistance right here. That is bad. That is some really bad resistance for us. We're being pretty much... We're having to lose a lot of equipment and soldiers just to deal with that resistance constantly. And we're going to surround these troops here. And Volkov, good. Move toward Petrograd. Please get there. Get there. Move around them. Flank them, please, for the Council Republics of Russia. Just go to this province here. Don't stop us. What are you doing? You're not going to stop us. You can't stop the Council Republics of Russia. Modify government, political advisor, let's get a war industrialist. And the Petrograd fleet deserts. As our army reached outskirts of Petrograd, the sailors in the harbor saw the error of their ways and refused orders. Some shot their officers, but most simply deserted to our side. Welcome home, heroes, the focus that event says. And now we have an agency for the Council Republics of Russia called the Cheka, which is they were the predecessors of the NKVD. The Russian intelligence agency, who was succeeded by the KGB. So Cheka's like the revolutionary, the Russian Civil War era Soviet intelligence agency in real life. That's what they were. And a focus slot is available. We're going to just wait to do appeal to the wide front because Petrograd will be under our control very, very soon. Can we just get here, please? How many ships do we get? That is quite a few ships, not gonna lie. Combine them together, and they're just called, that fleet is just called Hold. Where do we go with them? I don't know, we also got a Baltic fleet now, is that right? Yes, we do. Wow, so I don't know what to do with them. Do you want to make one just a big def stack? We could do that. If we break during Petrograd, please get that done. I want to get that appeal to wide front focus done. We were just losing time here if you don't win. Win faster. I may just start something else to get something done here. Let's do build up rat lines. Even with the borders closed, there are hundreds of ways to enter Moscow. We need to improve the paths into the city, and in turn make it much easier for our saboteurs to sow dissent. And it says we will improve the infrastructure in all controlled states, neighboring Moscow to more easily infiltrate the future capital of our nation. And this focus will give a national spirit, a bad one, to the Moscow Republic upon its completion. And let's go to our intelligence agency now and get an agent. Okay, that will take some time actually. And let's get an upgrade though. So get economy. I don't know, what can we do? Operative training. Let's get maybe localized commando training. I guess we'll just do something with, what is it? Commando training for now. That'll be good. Just win here, please. We beat yet another country. Pass, pass, pass. Take everything in turn. And that is a victory for us. Good. So I guess we'll start focusing on the east now. Once we do appeal to the White Front, we'll go after the Ural Authority. Now let's position our troops here to go set up in the Ural Mountains and get ready to drive to the east, where we will fight the Ural Authority and their subject state, the Mystic State, which is led by Grigory Rasputin of Rah Rasputin fame. And free dockyards here. We have one free dockyard. Make convoys. Let's also take the entirety of our navy we have in Britain, send it to Petrograd, and just make one major fleet here and divide it as needed in the future. The Bohemian Empire declared war on the Frankfurt Republic, and it was just Bohemia. They did not have, it was led by Habsburg, but they did not have anything to really, they don't have any allies. They're on their own. And what is this here? Slovakia has a very interesting flag, I will say that. Wow, they're fascist. Did not know that. Unassigned divisions. Used them here. Send them to the Second Army. Do appeal to the shared past. Now, why did I read appeal to the wide front? Whatever. Do appeal to the shared past. The people of East Russia have worked together for centuries. Our few split decades won't break the bond of the Russian language and culture. It says the bound of the Russian language and culture, but I'm going to assume that's a typo and say it's the bond of the Russian language and culture. An operative can be recruited. Let's get Natasha Bakiava. Not really good at using agents. And I guess we'll build an intel network in Moscow. That makes sense. Let's also improve some more stuff here. Do interrogation techniques. Just make our agents the best in the world so that we can torment our enemies with espionage and subterfuge. And unassigned division here. 2 new divisions. Good. We can keep a constant supply of divisions coming out at this point, I think. An operative can be recruited. Let's get this person here. Karia Tanava, who is tough. Well, she's seducer and tough. Send her into Moscow as well. Get her over here, get that done. And improved infantry equipment 1 is complete. I am so looking forward to having corps on most of Western Russia. Excavation 2 is complete. What can we do now at this point? Let's do, I don't know, this artillery upgrade. That will take about 170 some days. Now let's do computing machine to get a more higher research speed. That would be optimal, I think. And let's merge our navy now. And I don't think we have any naval commanders. We do not. Let's get a commander then. So we at least have 1 naval commander now. Appeal to the shared pass is complete. Good. Now let's start getting ready to fight. Well, let's get ready to march across the Ural Mountains. And it says here in the focus description, the Ural Authority acts like a giant gate between the east and the west. If we want to unify our nation, we need to end them. And that will give us an annex war goal. Interrogation techniques is done. That intelligence agency upgrade. Let's not upgrade anything else right now. Just have these agents. We do have these operatives just spy on. Build an intel network in Moscow. And they have a lot of divisions watching us. I will say that. I guess we can see them due to our intel. Army 2 is ready. I mean, they got a new division. Free military factories due to the whole coring process. Get some more guns made, please, or no. Not right now. Or whatever. We'll get those factories repaired. Don't worry. What does this say here? Yeah, we gotta get a lot of stuff repaired. Free dockyards. 6 dockyards. Well, 5 of them, actually. Let's build what? I don't know. Just build more convoys. Get that done. And can we get production licenses from Norway? I wonder if you lose the production license after a country... What do we do? Negotiate? Oh my goodness, I didn't mean to do that. No, we're not going to do that. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Whatever. March across the Ural Mountains. Request license production. Stuff relating to Navy ships. Please. We need your submarine research to A and B class. Good. Whatever, we don't have... Okay, that works. Get that done then. Now let's invade the Ural Authority, who has 2 leaders, technically, Anatoly Pedlyarov and Maria Bachkarova. And here we go. We're marching now. Get everything started. And in our focus tree, let's do Cossacks to the south. As the empire broke away and broke apart, and many factions from the Cossacks in the Don region were split. The Cossacks in the Don region were split between red and green. Now the time has come to return them into the fold of Russia. It would be preferable to do it without violence. If we're going to we'll send an event to the Red Cossacks. Well, the Red Cossacks are going to get an event once that focus is done. They're led by Boris Shaposhnikov, and there is the Green Cossacks, their counterparts, who is led by Semyon Bulnayuni, who I think in real life, who historically he was a Red Army commander? Maybe, unless I'm thinking of a different guy. I know there was one big cavalry commander for the USSR during World War II, so maybe, I don't know, I could be thinking of a different guy. Unassigned divisions, never mind, modified government, let's do a limited conscription in the army. And unassigned divisions here, Second Army, they'll go to them. Let's start making more divisions now, start making 2 cavalry divisions to match the 7 infantry divisions we're making now. Special Forces is done. Also, let's make some Red Guards. Make like 2 of those divisions at a time. Actually, no, make 1 at a time. Or 2. Whatever. 2 at a time. And the Red Cossacks, what are they going to do? I don't know. They were fine with being... Okay, good. So, that's good. What is their infantry template? Red Guards. Wow, they have Red Guards. Nice. Also, they have infantry regiments. Where are those... I don't know what those templates are, but they have them. Whatever, you guys are with the Second Army now. Okay, so get a new Third Army set up. We'll have some Cossack divisions at this point. I don't know what this logo means here. This template has been decommissioned. And decommissioned templates. I don't know what that means. I guess you can't really make any more divisions with them. Oh, marking it as in service. I'm not really familiar with decommissioned templates. I guess you can't really... Do they like automatically adjust themselves to the templates you have? I am not too knowledgeable on that. I will have to think about that. And in our focus tree, let's do year 3 of 5 for the 5-year plan-related focuses. The second year wasn't as successful as expected, but we can't change course now. The next step will include arms complexes to supply the army. And from this, we'll get 2 civilian factories and 2 military factories. Insufficient resources. We need rubber. Get some from Siam Malay. And free military factories, make more planes, more fighters, no, more guns. Need more guns. Research slot available. Get started on, what can we do here? It's 1938. Get started on maybe just get fuel storage done. I'm not sure really. Also, let's do some basic stuff for the Navy. Transport ships. We may need that in the future, and I think that's always a very useful tech to have. The Czech Republic has popped up because the Bohemian Empire got defeated. They lost to the Frankfurt Republic. I wonder if the Frankfurt Republic will fight the Second French Republic or vice versa. Or maybe they'll take on the Union of Britain. I don't know. There is at least 3 different factions in the world. Like, yeah, you can see it here. Like, in America, you have the United American Bloc. The Triple Alliance is something. Then there is the Pacific Guardian faction. Then there is the Treaty of the Plata, Pact of Ajaccio, the Constantinople system, and then there is the Kyle Accords, the Triple Alliance. Yeah, there is quite a few factions in the world, isn't there? And we are making our way into the Ural territory now. We are really outnumbering them, honestly. Use the order of... Be more aggressive. Use force attack. And let's get a 3rd army set up and added to our main army group. Well, our only army group at this time. Get more infantry divisions assigned to them. And let's give our main general of the Army 1 a trait. Give him infantry expert. Get that done. Let's also give a trait to Nikolai Valutin, whatever his name is. Give him, for the sake of variety, let's give him infantry expert also. I was thinking of giving him ambusher, but let's not worry about that. And in our focus tree, let's now do... What can we do? Let me think here. Reopen Okay, buy... Never mind, actually. Let's do extraordinary espionage. Moscow is home to much of the research centers and academies of Russia, all filled to the brim with Western capital. Those investments are fairly easy to copy and send back across the border to us, and that's going to be a lot of minor research bonuses to plenty of tech, and we'll get a higher. I mean, 1 of 5 options will happen for this focus, but anyway, we'll also get a national spirit called Redirector Research, which will give us a plus 5% research speed bonus. And let's build some more planes, I guess, more fighters, couple more bombers, because they're going to come in handy. Let's send some of those planes over to our front with the Ural Mountain, the Ural country, the Ural Authority. Send them here. Use those planes, please. Planes will be very important in controlling the battlefield, because I don't believe the enemy really has. Many of the other Russian states probably don't have planes, and that will be very critical for us to use our control there, so to speak. And let's have this army group here redo their front line and get prepared to push with the 3rd Army now with them. Get this done here now. Push to the Ural Authority's territory. We got to go all the way into their land just to win this war, but it is what it is. We're going to win in the long term anyway. Destroyed his encircled division. That is done. Where's the 3rd Army going to be stationed anyway? They're going to be somewhere in the middle, I believe. Middle part of the line. Keep using our numbers here. Good. Available planes in our reserves. Yes, yes, yes. Fuel storage is done. Let's build up. Get like a few fighters here. 100 fighters. Put them in the skies. Get that done. There we are. Send them out now. And let's also get a 50 plane interwar bomber squadron. We probably need to start doing Tactical Bomber 1 research to replace these interwar bombers. I'm going to do that now, actually. Tactical Bomber 1, get that done, so we can just get rid of these old bombers. And keep pushing here. Encircle this division in Sverdlovsk. Sverdlovsk? Oh, yeah, that's funny. This city here, this is Yekaterinburg in real life now. In the Soviet era, it was named after Yukov Sverdlov here. And it's a little funny we're having to take the city named after him. It's very odd that a country which is his enemy has that country. It's still set to be named after him, like it was in real life. But anyway, in our focus tree, let's do infiltrate Finland. Let's try to, I guess we could possibly invade Finland? I don't know. If we find ourselves in a war with Finland. Actually, no, don't worry about this. Cancel the national focus. Let's instead do buy Ukrainian wheat. And that says we have enough funds to buy Ukrainian surplus wheat and other grains to relieve the pressure on our farmers and stop our reliance on financial bribery for our own soldiers. And that will give an event to the Republic of Ukraine once that focus is done. And it looks like we're at the gates of the Mystic State now. Rasputin is going to have to stop the armies of the Council Republics of Russia, but I don't see that happening. Research slot available. Let's do, I don't know, get Close Air Support 1 done because it could be useful. I mean, it usually is. Close Air Support is very critical in the current Heartsbyron 4 meta. Get some more divisions here. Send them off to the 3rd Army. Keep them flowing. Get more infantry divisions shortly from now. Here's some cavalry. Send them to the 3rd Army as well. Doctrines available. Mass assault stuff. Let's do defense in depth. Unlock that, please. That is done. And what else can we unlock here? Okay, let's go ahead and get mass mobilization done. Actually, what can we do? Large front operations. Tanks. All this stuff. Tanks, tanks, tanks. I mean, Ukraine turned down our trade deal. That's mean of them. Let's just go ahead and do deep battle, large front operations. We're going to need to start making tanks eventually. But in our focus tree, let's do richest soil. Russia is vast and filled with enough resources for us to not rely on foreign imports. We need to focus on autarky and self-reliance. And this will give us a national spirit. That will give us higher resource gain efficiency and a higher production efficiency cap. Let's keep doing stuff here. Deep operations, get that done. And we're going to need to start making more tanks. We have some decisions available. What is this about? International arms trade. What am I looking at here? Wow, surplus Czech weapons? I guess because, I mean, the Czechs, I don't know, buy some outdated... I'm not going to use political power for that. We'll just manufacture our own weapons. We'll be fine. We will be fine. How's our espionage doing here? in the Moscow Republic. It's going. Prepare collaboration government. I don't know. Can we orchestrate a coup? I don't think we can. Prepare collaboration government, though. Transport ship research is done. Prepare collaboration government. Use these people here, then. Actually, no. Actually, yeah, let's do this. Prepare that. Also get operative training boosted up. Let's do psychological warfare. Invest to civilian factories in doing that. Upgrade for the intelligence agency. The Cheka research slot available. Let's do construction 3. We have a research bonus for it. Move into the enemy capital now. It's looking pretty vulnerable this time. I'm hoping we can go ahead and win this war before richest soil is done. That focus. And the Mystic State is gone. Unassigned division. Give it to the 2nd Army. Good. And this is going oh so well for us, isn't it? Take this area here. Richest soil is done. Will the enemy give up as soon as we take this city? If they do, we'll go ahead and do the next focus that will see us go to war with these countries in Siberia. And is that it? No, it isn't. Okay, let's go ahead and do reopen public schools. That will give us a national spirit, which will cause us to get higher research speed. We'll lose construction speed and I think recruitable population. Keep advancing here. We hopefully should win by the time this reopen public schools focus is done. And keep moving. Just keep pushing forward. Take Tomsk. It's over now. Pass, 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 pass. Take all states in turn. Take all states. And hit done. We're finished with this peace conference. That is complete. And let's go ahead. How much days have we put into this? Okay, only 10. Let's go ahead and do Siberian War then. Siberia has acted in defiance of any orders from the east for too long. We need to end the last pieces of the Red Army in Siberia and the oligarchy that stole the Trans-Siberian Railway. And so now we're going to be fighting a country that used to be part of the Red Army apparently, which is they're communist. And then there is the Trans-Siberian Railway. They have puppet states in the form of the Great Mongolian State, as well as the Trans-Siberian. Well, I mean, they have the Eastern Provinces Railway of China. And do we even get cores on Mongolia? I'm not sure. We may need to make them a puppet. Yeah, we'll make Mongolia a puppet state. Do that then. Let's move these divisions over here. Put the... I don't know, let's just have the front line be like this for now until the war starts officially. And then we'll have the units all ready to go. Unassigned divisions. Send them off to the 3rd Army. There they go. Research slot available. Let's do... what can we do? Let's do Engineer Company 2. We'll do that. Siberian War will start pretty soon. It'll be finished pretty soon, I mean. Military factories. Do this. Get more fighters manufactured. Build those. And for our political advisor, our last one, let's do Communist Theorist, which gives higher political power gain. And let's start our war with the Union of Siberia, as well as the Trans-Siberian Railway Company. And they are being, oh no, they're being guaranteed by the Germans. That is awkward. Whatever. Germany is not too big of a threat, aren't they? I hope not. I could regret doing that. I need to win this war, though. I need to unite Russia. Dagnabbit. Go ahead and deploy some troops here, though, in Petrograd. And in all of our ports in general, because I imagine the Germans will try to send some units here. And I'm going to have to really hope that that France or Britain will fight the Germans at some point in time, because I imagine the Germans will just throw naval invasions at us till they get bored. And we got to defend our port down here. Defend any and all ports, please. That's all you got to do. Just guard your ports. And there they go. They've called in their entire faction. Yay. And there is no possibility for the Trans-Siberian Railway to get some support because they're isolated. What is this about here? Let's do reopen public schools, get that started once again, and move in the 3 armies, or Army Group 1, to fight in Siberia. Get that started now. Start pushing here. It is going to be annoying to fight Germany, but they can't really reach us at this time. And I will expect the Trans-Siberian Railway to call in their puppets, so we've drawn up the front line for that scenario. Yeah, there they go. They called in the railway, the Eastern Provinces Railway of China. Not so sure they're calling Mongolia, but we'll find out. Pretty annoyed with the Germans wanting to stop us from expanding, but here we are. They are at war with us. They have 48 to 240 divisions. I really hope France or Britain fights them. That would be great. And it would be terrific, honestly. Push here, keep pushing. They wanted to help the Trans-Siberian Railway so much. The railway company, who is non-aligned, mind you. They could have just sent them reinforcements. Like, give them volunteers. If they want to be at war with us, so be it. And did they call in Mongolia? Yes, they did. They did, in fact, do that. We're going to overwhelm all these divisions eventually. Move into Siberia, please. Overwhelm the Union of Siberia, who doesn't have many divisions, I think. I believe they don't. Possibly. Just push where we can. And like I said before, we're really going to have to hope that the French or the British go to war with the Frankfurt Republic and their faction, because we have no hope of reaching them at this point, just due to how the borders work. I guess when we have to in the long term, we'll have to go to war with Poland or something and just push our way into Germany that way. And I'm going to end what will be a series, I guess, about the Council Republics of Russia in the mod, the Hoi4 mod, Autumn of Nations. I'm going to end part 1 here, I suppose. And you can check out the mod in the video description. The link to the mod is there. If you enjoyed the video itself, make sure to like and subscribe.